No.
Boom. And we're back. Just like
Nice
that.
one, yeah.
Fucking month later. And
We're
as
all on holidays.
I was just saying to Mark, there's been like 4 or 5 cards under the bridge
Yeah.
since we last recorded, but we're not going to go into all of them. I think 1 or 2 of the cards had plenty of sleeper fights on it that actually just kind of could have done without sitting through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But before we go any further, we were talking about this earlier on. I want to give a shout out to Luke. I keep on forgetting to say it in the last couple of episodes. But thanks to Luke for getting the episodes put together so fast, so quality. Is that a fist bump for Luke?
Fist bump, knuckle bump.
Knuckle bump for Luke. Pow! And he's great at doing the editing and all that comedy stuff and cueing in the music. Like
comedy stuff.
And
what?
He will
comedy stuff.
Yeah, I didn't notice any of that. He will send nudes if you ask him though.
Yeah, but you have to be real nice. Real nice.
How nice?
Just say, please.
Send me a nude.
Yeah. No. So thanks to Luke, lad.
Thanks, Luke.
For doing all that
nice
stuff.
one, Luke. Yeah,
for
nice one.
cueing in the music, like right now. So. As we said, those are cards under the bridge, but we're just going to start with 266. And the first fight on the main card in the women's flyweight division was Jessica Andrade, who was ranked 1, against Cynthia Calvillo, who was ranked, what was it, Mark, 5?
5, I think she was, yeah.
Go on, Mark, you were talking about it earlier on. Go on.
Yeah, before we got on, did you see the fight, Johnny, did you?
Yeah, I did, I seen them all.
What I thought was it looked, we've broached this with some other fighters before. It looked like someone like her in this fight, especially Cynthia's striking. It looked like a points based approach. So I think I was saying a big difference for me was the mentality, the approach of someone trying to survive, and someone trying to win a fight. And when you have 2 people like that locked in a cage, 9 times out of 10, the person trying to win the fight wins the fight.
It looked like to me that Calvillo went in there afraid of Andrade's power.
Definitely.
She just did not want to get clipped at all.
And listen,
didn't commit to any shots.
No.
On the off chance of her getting clipped back.
Yeah, it was very touch, trying to maintain a distance. And listen, if there's absolutely nothing wrong with fighting at a distance, loads of lateral movement. There's only so long you can keep moving laterally. If you're not making the opponent pay, cracking them every now and again, giving them something to think about, because they're just going to walk you down.
And, I mean, like you were saying, there was nothing wrong with Calvillo's shots. She was landing a couple of nice combos.
Yeah.
A couple of nice kicks. There was nothing that was even roughly in the ballpark of worrying.
Yeah, respect with them, as they always say. You need to make your opponent respect your shots.
You need to. Not everyone, but you need to sit down on the odd punch in a combo that's going.
And Andrade was just taking whatever she
was
gave.
Just taking it, and walking through it.
Walking through it. But then you looked at the way she threw her shots. She was putting stank on them. She was throwing probably 30% of them in the numbers.
Yeah.
What she was throwing, she was looking to hurt her. She was looking to put her away.
I don't think she knows how to throw it the other way.
The big one. I honestly do think the mindset of I'm going in here and I'm looking to survive, and it's very obvious when someone does that. I'm going in here. I'm looking to put someone away.
Yeah.
Andrade always fights like that. She's a big
aggressive. You know what? I actually think her head movement has improved over the last 2-3 fights.
Yeah.
I think our head movement has improved, and the fluidity of our combination.
Yeah.
What?
Big words.
Well, you know, I have to Google it. I'm actually on my phone here googling.
What does fluidity mean?
What? Fluid? I thought in our fight against Kagan, she looked smoother in the transitions.
Yeah.
And the same again here. So listen, it was a relatively easy night for her. It was a good stoppage.
Was. I mean, when she tagged her with that shot, Calvillo immediately turtled up.
Oh yeah.
Like that one shot, that was it.
Game
I
over.
mean,
Andrade hits like a bleeding truck.
I think I counted 13 unanswered shots after that.
Yeah.
She turtled up and she just kind of very casually, no panic, no rush, no, oh, I need to finish her. She just knew she was going to finish her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem that we'll talk about a little bit later is that division. Where does it put Andrade? What's it really do for?
Well, she's ranked 1. She's like, I mean,
the only thing is her last fight out was a loss to Shivchenko.
I know, yeah.
So,
but that's not to say her next one will be.
No.
That's no reason to write her off. Who else? This is the problem. We talked about this before. These divisions are mad shallow, and the gulf between champion and the top 5 is fucking enormous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Listen, she looked good. She looked powerful. Yeah. She looked accurate. She looked game. Physically, she looked good.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk about it later. But if you look at Shivchenko versus Laura Murphy is ranked number 5. Just what you were saying about the top 5.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have been in there with Shivchenko.
No, not at all.
You know
no business.
Just like you say, the champions are way ahead out there.
Way ahead.
Miles.
So I don't know. Yeah, what's next for Andrade?
Good win. What's next for Andrade? The reality is, if she gets another win and looks anyway like she did against Calvillo, it's hard not to put her in against Shevchenko again because there's no one really else.
If she's ranked number 1 and she's beaten,
I just think they'll want her to get another win to build it just on the base that she just lost one.
Yeah.
You know,
just something for the fight.
Yeah.
But listen, as it was as a contest, it was very one-sided. Yeah. It looked like there was a golfing class there, and Andrade looked pretty good, pretty smooth. The hands looked reasonably fast and crisp, and she went in, she got the job done. The reality is we can't really criticize Andrade because of the lack of resistance. But she went in, she got the job done.
Yeah. Okay, so the next fight was in the heavyweight division.
Yep.
And it was rank 4 Curtis Blades against Jairzinho Rosenstrike, who was ranked 6.
And I was looking at this, lads, Jairzinho. So, like, his kickboxing experience is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's like 85 fights. But then if we look at he's ranked 6. And he come into the UFC, he beats Junior Albini, Alan Crowder, Andrei Arlovsky. Like, I'm not shitting on Andrei Arlovsky, but what age is he? 42 or something like that.
Easily.
Alistair Overeem, who's now being cut. He gets stopped by Ngannou. He beats Dos Santos, who I think has been released, has he?
Yeah. 10 times over.
He loses to Cyril Gain and a stinker.
Yeah.
Remember that one back in Rosenstruck Gain, February 2021. Now I know Gain is awkward, but you know, he goes out.
I don't think Gain even took him down in that fight. It was a stand-up fight. And that was right up fucking Rosenstrike's alley.
It was stand up, and it just looked like, and it's a lot of times with him, it's like he doesn't want to put, he's nervous of pulling the trigger or something like that. He doesn't put much together in relation to combinations, or you know, you'd see people setting traps, and he doesn't seem to do it. Like, I don't know.
The thing of that's a shallow division in itself. There's a couple of lads out there that I have my eye on, like Dawkins and the English lad Aspinall. Like, but other than them, there's no one in that division that's kind of exciting, if you will.
Nah.
Gan bores the piss out of me. I was actually bullying he has that fucking strap. Like, I can't watch him. What I'm saying is, it's a shallow division. Rosenstruck got pushed way too quick because he knocked out a couple of lads.
Yeah.
And it's just not there for him. Like,
it's weird
that he's number 6, and his last win, I think, was against I just had it there a second ago. He stopped Albini. I think it was Albini. No, not Albini. Augusto Sakai.
It's weird that he's ranked 6. It's very weird.
Then,
it's a weird
but then if you look,
to have.
So Curtis Blades is ranked 4. But if you now, in fairness, he is.
Is he not 2 now?
No, I don't think so.
Huh? Who's ahead of him?
I'd have to get the rankings up, but he's number 4 as of May. But he has won 5 of his last 6. But again, it's Justin Willis, Shamal Abdurakhimov, DeSantis, who's gone, Alexander Volkov, who's had to slipping quite a bit down the rankings. Then he gets stopped by Lewis again, and then beats Jairzinho. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird. The division is a little bit is thinning out. For me, it wasn't a great fight, man. I think Jairzinho's he's grand fighting against your lads, kind of your 8, 9, 10s, or your lads that are kind of a bit past their sell-by date. But against any lads that really have a well-rounded game, he seems to get found out. He doesn't. He's 6'2". Again, you're looking at him against Blades. He looked undersized. He didn't look to have the bulk. He wasn't pulling the trigger.
CB Blades was just taking him down.
I mean, he landed one good knee on the entry that closed up Blades' eye, but other than that, he landed very little.
Not great fight.
It wasn't a fight that kind of covered either of them in massive amounts of glory, really, was it?
Blades, listen, I think Ngannou beats him again. I think Lewis beats him again. And Ngannou probably beats him again.
Probably.
So
it wasn't a great fight.
No.
Especially for two fighters who are basically top 5, in that territory.
They didn't look like they were there to try and get, neither of them looked like they were there to get the other one out of there.
No.
There was a kind of a lack of urgency, especially with the whole thing again with Jairzinho's going in as obviously an extremely high level striker. When he was taken down, it looked like he had nothing off his back. There's no submission threat. His takedown defense didn't seem to be up to standard. But as well as that, just the game plan. If you stand out in the open against a wrestler and don't make them back up, don't make them shift angles, they're just going to shoot you on all day. Drag
of course.
Cage and take it down.
That's the fucking bread and butter.
Yeah. And we've seen it before over the years. If Jairzinho was in there with a real game plan, it had at that level, it has to be so specific. You can see the game plans being so specific. It's not about don't stand in front of him. No, it's about actually working out angles. These guys, he shoots every time a movement is here or here. Right. Well, then you have to keep him. You have to keep him moving off his preferred side. You have to keep him backing up or back up and be all the way out. It has to be. You have to be more at this level. And he just seemed to be waiting for a takedown and hoping he could stuff it.
He was hoping for counters that he wasn't throwing.
He wasn't. And you have to. The whole thing is what you really want is a wrestler on their back foot. You want them backing up away from you.
Can't fucking shoot.
And he wasn't putting on any pressure. He wasn't letting his hands go. It wasn't a great fight. And I don't know where it puts either of them really. I think
I'm not in a mad rush to see either of them fight again.
Nah.
Regardless who their opponent is.
Listen, Blades got the job done. That's all you can say. He got the job done. He got the takedowns. His top control looked pretty heavy.
Bit of ground and pound.
There was so little from the guard. There was so little coming from the guard. He didn't really have to worry. He got into position and it seemed like he could hold it there. And he's a big boy.
He had a 2-inch reach advantage, I think.
Yeah, I think he's more. I think he's like an 83-inch reach or something. He's a big fucker. 6'4". I think he weighed in 255 or 260.
Yeah, he did.
He's a big unit. But I think the other lads are just that little bit better. I think they're more. They're kind of more well-rounded and a little bit better in each discipline,
Yeah. Anyway, unanimous decision win for Curtis Blades. Anyway, the next fight, which was probably the fight that actually a lot of people tuned in for, was the return of Nick Diaz after a 6-year layoff
Yeah, I think he's had like
which
two
is
fights
a
in 8
mad
years.
amount of time in this game.
Yeah.
A mad amount of time to be off. Like
It's
so much. Think about what's happened in 6 years. A whole new era of young fighters have entered the UFC in the last year alone.
I think it was Ben Askren saying on tweeting something. He says the last time Nick Diaz won a fight, we didn't have any kids.
That sums it up, though. That sums it up. It really does.
Like, come here. Don't get me wrong. He's a bad motherfucker and all that kind of crack. Like, but he shouldn't have been in there. I don't think
what?
He didn't show up.
He didn't show up.
But
he didn't actually do that bad.
He didn't.
I don't think he did bad.
No.
I'm not saying he did bad.
But it was not vintage Nick Diaz.
No, not at all.
I'll tell you though, the whole thing is there was flashes though, wasn't there?
Say again, John?
And after the first round, I think he looked tired.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And when did you ever see that through from either of them? You don't. Like, the pace Lawler put on him in that fourth round was fucking like, and it was maybe that was his plan. He hasn't been in there in 6 years. I'm going to go in tired, just put out.
See, I think the problem is, and it's the problem that speaking for myself, I'm sure other fans.
About that problem.
No, not that problem. That got cleared up. I got a cream for that. Shut up. Anyway, is the fact that we expected vintage Nick Diaz versus vintage Robbie Lawler. That was never going to happen. That was never going to happen. The lads have passed that. Their sell by date. No, they're still
17 years. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's our fault for expecting that.
It probably is. And the more I think about it, the more it bordered. No, it wasn't as bad as, but it did border on the likes of Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz fighting last year. It wasn't as bad as neither of them are out of the game, neither of them are washed up or anything like that.
I think
Nick Diaz is coming out of retirement. 6 years is retirement.
Yeah.
I think he's being harsh. What I'd say is this. I'd say it was a lot better than I expected, considering how long he was off.
Yeah.
His timing wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. He was a lot more resistant than I thought he'd be. After 6 years, I thought a couple of shots realistically could fold you. 6 years. No matter how tough we know he's tough. But there's realities there that he's 38, he's 6 years out of the game. I think he's 2 fights in the last 8 years. That there's a possibility that the body just won't hold up. He gets cracked and he goes away. He shipped some fucking big shots. Some big shots.
Yeah.
And there were flashes in there of his dirty boxing. There was flashes there where he looked good. I thought it was entertaining. They stood in front of each other. There was lots of body work. I think, though, remember it kind of looked like his knee went?
Yeah.
I don't think his knee went. I actually think when it was stopped, the cut man came over and held something to his upper lip, and he flinched away from him. And if you listen to the way he's talking in the post-fight interview, I think he might have broken something either at the base of the nose, into the palate of the mouth, or his front teeth. I think there was something broken there. I thought it was entertaining. The boys stood with each other. The accuracy was surprisingly good, considering.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't entertaining.
You said it was dog shit. I heard you.
Okay.
I heard you.
Okay. You're the big bitch. I'm not saying it wasn't entertaining. I'm not saying it was a shit fight. I'm just, like Paul said, I was probably just expecting too much of it.
Yeah, same here.
I'd say that's more the problem with it. Like,
I think that was in retrospect, that was my problem. I was expecting vintage.
I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect vintage.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how good or bad he was going to look.
Yeah.
Apparently he did a 6-week camp only.
Really, yeah?
But that's not enough.
Isn't he the first one?
Nowhere near enough.
He's fit. I do triathlons fucking 12 times a day and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's rumours that over the last couple of years he hasn't been doing anything else except partying.
Right. He looked it.
Yeah.
Body-wise.
Body-wise, yeah.
Isn't that why he wanted to fight, the weight moved up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
his arse fucking cutting weight.
Yeah.
And that was Jordan. You wanted that.
I'd like to see what he'll do if he's going to fight again. If he had another, like, if he goes to an 8 or 10 week camp and comes back, but they'll have to match him with someone, you know.
Yeah, maybe Masvidal would be good for him.
Yeah, something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, not a small middleweight, big welterweight. Someone of this, like, I think it has to be someone that's kind of floating between divisions as well. You know, maybe a catch weight 180 or something like that, maybe.
Cowboy, Masvidal, fucking, you know what I mean? Lads like that. Lads more of the old school, because the new school lads maul him.
Yeah. I think I think you're right. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
it as well. His accuracy, I have to say, his combos.
Yeah.
And that kind of classic thing where Lawler's rushing into him, hitting him, and he's just kind of stepping back and letting him do it and landing those lovely little hooks he throws.
Yeah.
Still has that going for him. He still has all that.
Lawler
he did,
There was a part in round 2 where Lawler's output just went right down.
Yeah.
And Diaz just kept on pouring the shots on.
Do you think that he did that? I was kind of wondering about that. For a second, I thought, Jesus, is he tired? But then I was wondering, is he just doing it to make Diaz work?
Possibly.
Make Diaz throw, keep walking him down, because he knew Diaz wasn't going to take him down.
Yep. Because from straight out of round 3, they both went at it.
Yeah.
Round 3, Diaz just immediately started throwing it on, and Lawler just fired back. I mean, it started turning into a proper kind of slugfest. And that's how Lawler landed that right hook.
Yeah.
Knocking him down to his back.
But no, I enjoyed it, I have to say. It was a bit of an old school. There was definitely an old school feel about it.
There was, absolutely. Yeah, there was. It wasn't a disappointing fight. There's no way it was a disappointing fight.
There's something about the Diaz brothers coming back, isn't there? It's just...
There is, yeah. As annoying as they are.
Yeah.
Here, you'd watch them take a shit at this stage.
Yeah. What would you be doing?
What is it about you and watching people taking shits?
I like it.
What's your thing?
Thanks for that video, by the way.
Shut up! I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't know what he's talking about.
Definitely.
No, it wasn't me anyway.
This 5 minutes out.
Luke can cut this bit out anyway.
Yeah, I hope so.
Right, Luke?
I'm getting to cut it out because I have a video of him taking a shit.
Oh, amazing. Anyway. I was gonna say blackmail, but it's more brown mail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So the next fight was the title fight for the women's flyweight.
Yeah.
That was Shivchenko and Lauren Murphy.
It never happened.
What do you think?
Lauren Murphy banging on, I'm going to shock the world, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. She said herself after the fight, she was just absolutely frozen out.
Yeah.
There's nothing she could do in there. Not a thing.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of that fight, to be honest, I felt quite sorry for for Murphy. At one point, John, you nearly feel bad. She threw a kick and it just looked like someone who'd never thrown a kick before.
Yeah.
You were just like, oh Jesus. Like, and every shot Valentina was just it looked like, Joe, it looked like if you watched the video from a kickboxing club and someone walks in to challenge a champion in the kickboxing club, and after it you go, geez, they could have taken it a bit easier, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Like some bloke walks in, I'll fight the champion, I'll go in, and all right, go in, and he just beats the shit out of him. It was I felt sorry for Murphy. She absolutely didn't belong there.
Do you think? I felt it was weird that it took so long that she lasted for 4 rounds.
Yeah, I thought it would have been done first.
I thought we'd done second.
I think, and again, it sounds like we're shitting all over Murphy. I think Shevchenko decided it wasn't going to be over in 1.
Yes. Yeah.
I think she knew after the first 3 minutes she was so far ahead of her that she used to get ring work in. And I know some people people don't do that. People do that.
Do that.
Watch that fight. If you don't think they do, watch that fight.
Yeah. And I was just looking at her combat sports record, Valentina Shivchenko's. She's had a total of 86 professional fights.
Okay.
She's only lost 5. So 2 boxing fights, 59 kickboxing fights, and 25 mixed martial arts fights.
Yeah.
In the UFC, she's only lost to Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
And Amanda Nunes is much bigger than her.
Way bigger.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes is a monster.
I wouldn't fight her.
Fuck no.
All 3 of us wouldn't fight her. She'd fucking fold us up in 1 round. Imagine all 3 of us hop her in the ring. She would put us all in hospital without.
All 3 of us, I'd be sitting back and letting you. Yeah, all right, see you now. Out over the cage. Thanks a million. Good luck. I'd have me boy sitting there waiting to go. Good luck. Thanks.
And she'd still kill you.
Yeah.
You'd be out of the ring going, good luck, see you now. And she'd be on your bike waiting for you.
Yeah.
After killing me and John Ladd. Huh?
Sounds like gum shield out the back of your head.
An 8-fight win streak she's on.
Yeah.
Only 8. Thought it was more.
It was 8 that she'd lost the split decision to a bantamweight to Amanda Nunes. Before that, she had 2 other wins, and she lost a decision. Like, she lost only by decision, and one of them was a split decision.
Yeah, I'm going to come back again to this point that we always make about the gulf in this division. Who's next for her in this division? It's an unfortunate dynamic in the women's divisions that the champions are kind of ruling with an iron fist, and there's the top 5. There's nothing really. I mean, Jessica Andrade might be the best hope for a bit of change in that division.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Shevchenko has it.
Yeah.
She has that division.
Listen to this as well. Talk about, like, and this is why you look at it, like a lot of the stuff, how perfectly she does it and her timing and everything.
Yeah.
She has a second on black belt and Master of Sports in Taekwondo, International Master of Sports in Muay Thai, Master of Sports in boxing, Master of Sports in kickboxing, and a black belt and Master of Sports in judo.
Jesus.
That's unbelievable credentials. Unbelievable.
Fucking hell.
She's a fucking Jedi ninja.
Yeah, that's exactly what she is. Yeah.
Fuck me, like. She's ranked 2 in the women's pound for pound rankings, just behind Amanda Nunes, and UFC flyweight champion. She's yeah. I'm struggling to see anyone really getting rid of her at 125.
Yeah, since I got bashed there the weekend.
Saying that, yeah. My sister's just not as good as her.
No.
In any aspect of the game.
Her sister is normal ninja.
Yeah, she's not a Jedi ninja, just a normal bog standard ninja.
Her sister does have like a 40 kickboxing fights, 13 mixed martial arts fights, all the world championships. But she just there's a difference there with them. I felt sorry for Lauren Murphy. I don't know where Lauren goes from that. I think what it'd be like physically, she didn't get smashed up. I just
she just got out far.
Psychologically, it's going to be hard to come back. Knowing in your mind, I was ready to go. I did me train, me strength and conditioning, me sparring, everything else, and she wasn't even in the fight for a minute.
Hang on, I never thought I'd say this, but Mark, fix your camera because we can barely see you. Oh, horrible. Oh, that's the worst. I hope Luke freezes that and puts all the nonsense around your face.
So do I. Then you can send me a nude and we can,
Good talk. Right, so again, it's a weird fight. It leaves the champion at the top of the mountain and everyone
so far ahead,
everyone kind of scrabbling and not knowing who's going to. I'm just hoping Jessica Andrade. We'll see. We'll see. But she seems next logical in line.
Yeah.
Again,
just on that, I think the problem is if they give it to her soon.
I know.
Shivchenko beats her again, then it's nothing.
That's her gone.
The division.
It really is.
I think they're going to give Andrade at least one more fight.
Yeah. And see, the problem is, if she becomes a gatekeeper, which she undoubtedly will,
she'll stop anyone getting near.
Yeah. It almost closes that division.
Flyweight division, isn't she?
What?
Joey Benavidez of the bleeding flyweight division. She's always that good. Oh,
just
never gets it
over.
Yeah. So anyway, the main event on the card was the champion, the featherweight champion, Alexander Volkanovski versus rank 2 Brian Ortega.
A cracker belter.
It was a belter.
Before we go any further, I don't know, I always say this when we bring up Volkanovski, he should not have that belt. Max Holloway had him tricked the two on that point.
A lot of people are saying that the next. Who was Max against next? He's already
in what's his fucking name?
Who was he fighting actually?
Can't remember at the minute.
Let's find out. Because he is slated to fight someone.
Was that?
Who?
Moicano?
No, I don't think so. So, who was it? I was only looking at that recently.
Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Rodriguez.
Yeah.
13th of November.
I think he'll do Rodriguez handy enough, and then it's him and Volkanovski.
The problem is the timing is weird.
For year.
Yeah. Because if he fights him in November, it means that he probably won't get cleared to fight until
January, February,
March, maybe, depending on
goes in and smashes him.
Unless he goes in and smashes him, which is probably unlikely. But
I don't know, man. I think there's a gap. I like Rodriguez, but I think there's especially on Holloway's last outing, I think there's a gap in abilities there.
Holloway's last outing?
Maybe.
What was Holloway's last outing?
I'll tell you now. It was Qatar, wasn't it?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fucking made a show at Qatar.
Yeah. He looked better than he ever looked in that fight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So you think Holloway takes Volkanovski?
Yeah, I think he did, and he will again.
Okay.
I agree with you. I did have Holloway winning that fight. As it was very tight, but what I would say is Volkanovski has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
He
looked. I have to say that it was a great fight.
It was,
and he looked very good.
He did. He looked.
His fucking output was enormous.
I cannot believe he didn't.
Oh yeah, that was unbelievable, and he even admitted himself.
Twice he got caught, didn't he?
Fucking purple.
Yeah.
The veins bulging his head. His head's going purple. Even Ortega said it. He said, "I can't believe he didn't tap out the ring."
And Volkanovski himself said, "I made some weird noise, and I don't even know what the noise was."
Yeah. I actually find him likable enough, Volkanovski.
You are?
I find him likable enough, actually.
I don't mind him. Yeah, he's alright.
Kind of brown on me.
Huh? I don't like him because I think he lost to Holloway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That can't happen if you
Holloway for the title the first time. I liked him. Do you know what I mean? Just not the fucking. It's great fight. Yeah.
It was the output was something unbelievable.
It was unbelievable, and he was.
Hell.
I mean, if you compare their faces.
Oh my god.
Like, Ortega looked like he'd been in a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been bashed.
I had
mangled. So handsome now, is he?
I was going to ask us, what did you think of the score? And it was scored 49-46, 50-45, 50-44.
What's 50-44?
1-10-8 round.
10-8, yeah. I would have given it. One. I can't remember which one it was, but I gave him maybe the third.
I think I gave Ortega 1, but I actually had Volkanovski on 2-10-8.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was one round, the fifth round. I think was it the fourth and fifth or the third and fifth, and I don't think anyone would have had a problem with the ref stopping it. He was smashing him.
Yeah.
He got in top position a couple of times, and absolutely smashed him.
Yeah. I mean, there was one.
The damage done was massive.
Yeah.
Ortega take a massive hiding. He's took a bad hiding against Holloway as well. I don't know how he was stopped that point.
Yeah.
Or the Volkanovski point.
At the end of round 4, I wasn't sure that Ortega was actually going to come back in for round 5.
Yeah.
He looked very, very bad.
I think it was then. It was the 4th and 5th. I had 10-8.
Yeah.
Right.
It was total domination after about the second minute.
Yeah.
And I know that the 2 submission attempts were very close, but when you take those out, immediately he got out of them, and he went back to doing damage again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bleeding savages.
Yeah.
He is. So yeah.
And you know what? I think it was good to see, like him getting locked into those submissions. I think that was the real championship mentality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fight it until I either go out or I get out of it.
Yeah, he wasn't tapping anything. Yeah.
He wasn't fucking tapping him. Yeah. And I think that makes the Holloway fight more interesting. That he's gone through that he has that experience to bring forward now.
Yeah.
Of nearly getting put out, of nearly getting stopped, nearly getting put to sleep, but getting through it against a top ranked fighter and getting on to the next one. I think it makes the
finisher as well.
Yeah.
Tags a savage finisher.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to get off subject there, I meant to say, we're talking about fucking people not getting off the still. I can't remember what card it was. A few of them have passed. Did you see him getting his teeth broke out of his jaw?
Yeah.
I don't remember who that was. The lad sat in the stool, right? And he says to his corner that his teeth were smashed.
Yeah.
And the corner's like, well, do you want to stop fighting? He turned around and showed his dad. His dad was on the outside of the cage.
Yeah.
Here, what you think of that? And the other was like, do you want to stop fighting? He goes, I'm going to have to get surgery anyway. Put his gum shield back in.
Yeah, that's what he said, wasn't it? Something like that. What did he say? It was something like that he said, wasn't it?
He said that's going to be surgery.
So might as well go back out. And that was a fight where I can't remember his name. He was out there.
I find it here.
It was against Cutelaba.
Yes.
Yeah, I do not like him one bit.
No.
Really don't like that dude.
Losing those 2 rounds bad, and his teeth were broken out of his head, and he still goes, "I'll go over round fucking 3."
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Like, and it wasn't one tooth. It was his whole bottom.
It was his whole bottom thing. Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna need surgery anyway. I might as well go back out here."
Devin Clark.
Devin Clark.
From your man, what? Devin Clark.
Devin Clark.
Yeah. Unreal, man. That was fucking. That's the craziest thing I've seen in a while now. And fucking. It
happened in round 2. It was a knee.
Right.
It was a knee. I think that caught him full force.
But he was getting boshed those first 2 rounds.
He was.
He took a hit already, like, do you know what I mean? And for him to just go, I'll need a surgery anyway. I'll go back out here.
Oh, madness! Like the mindset of
that.
Devin Clark is he's only 31, but he's 6-6 in the UFC.
Oh, is he? Jesus Christ.
He doesn't seem to be able to get anything really going.
I'd give him another fight purely for that.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Purely off the back of that. But I tell you, I cannot, no matter what he does, I cannot warm to Ion Cutelaba.
Same.
Really don't like him. Really don't like him at all.
Fighting there again a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And what was he? Maybe it was that fight I'm thinking of. He's a fucking cock.
Yeah, he is. He's an absolute dickhead. He really is.
And that light heavyweight division is very, very very light.
It's in a weird space at the moment. Especially now.
There's only so you have Yamblo.
Jones is completely out of the picture, regardless. Yeah. I think Jones might be out of the picture full time now.
Yeah.
He's in jail.
What's the story with him now? Is he in jail?
No, we got out on bail. I think fucking piece of shit.
Crashing his board this time, wasn't he?
Yeah. Isn't it insane, right? Isn't it when you think about it? And I'm not one of these UFC conspiracy believers or anything like that. But when you think about, do you remember BJ Penn? I think if I'm not mistaken, Chael Sonnen, maybe it was Chael Sonnen who was talking about this. Can't remember. Or maybe it was, what's his name? Helwani. But they were saying about BJ Penn lost his contract, was dropped by the UFC for getting in a bar fight with some other bloke. And some other bloke who I might add, who knocked BJ out.
Yeah.
John Jones hasn't been dropped. And
has, what's his name? The welterweight, the man that brought his board into the corner with his board in the corner.
Mike Perry.
I'm 1% African American.
He knocked some, yeah.
Like, he hasn't been dropped.
Yeah, he knocked some outlet out outside the club.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't know.
At the time.
I don't know why they're waiting. I mean, I'm not saying.
Ka-ching!
Yeah, it's clearly money, and the fact that he's an enormous draw.
Stars they have, really.
If they just wanted to be bad about it, what I do is I wouldn't release him from his contract. I just wouldn't give him out and wouldn't do it.
Someone said. He says they're not releasing him from the contract to punish him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Drag it out as long as possible, and you
can't go anywhere else.
Things, and then when he's too old, right, we release you. Then fuck off.
Yeah.
Go to Bellator.
Yeah. He's a
yeah. There's no I'm not saying he's guilty because I don't know. None of us know the right amount of information, but there's definitely no smoke. Guilty. There's no smoke without fire in a situation like that where your wife turns up with blood on her face and your child asks the people on reception in the hotel to phone the cops.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
That's not a normal situation.
No.
And then when you get arrested, you start headbutting police cars and all sorts of nonsense.
Douchebag.
Okay,
You see all those videos of DC called it like fucking 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Saying you'll never change and you'll always keep on making the same mistakes.
Yeah. That light heavyweight division, lads, though it's an odd one. Like,
yeah. Who's the top five?
So you've Jan Blachowicz, Glover Teixeira, Jiri.
They're fighting, aren't they? Next.
Yeah. Alexander Rakic and Anthony Smith.
Okay.
And then Thiago Santos rounds up for
how do you pronounce that number 3 again? Jiri
Prochazka.
They pushed him as well way too quick.
I think they have.
I like him, but I think you're right. I think they're pushing him way too quick.
Wasn't it Rakic bashed last time?
I'll tell you now.
I don't know.
He looked.
He
looked good last time out, but again, you're like you say, they're pushing him.
He hasn't fought him yet, John. I think we were saying
he's Dominic Reyes.
Who?
Reyes. Reyes.
Yeah, we were saying him and Rakic could be a good matchup, actually.
Yeah. He's only had 2 fights in the UFC, lads.
Yeah. He's already what rank is he?
3.
Mad, isn't it?
He's actually he's ranked 2.
What?
He's right behind Glover.
Who's he beating? I suppose
Reyes. And who was the other fella he fought? I think I fucking know. I don't know, but he was on. Ozdemir.
The divisions are some of the landscapes and the divisions are looking mad weird.
And then if you look at the top 5, I'll just check one more. The top 5, and including the champion. So Jan, Glover, and Thiago are all 37 or older.
Yeah.
Then, like I think Glover's like 41. I think Glover's 41.
Yeah.
I think win, lose or maybe not on a win, but lose or draw. He's done now after this.
Yeah, he's 41. What's his name? The champ is 38.
I think in the next 2 years, I think I might have said this already, but I do think in the next 2 years, maybe the landscape of the light heavyweight division will be unrecognizable to us.
Yeah, we have to get some new blood in there because, I mean, I think we all know how I feel with Johnny Walker. He only fought the other night. He just refused to do any of the basics. It was a shit show.
That was a stinker.
Can he not just throw a fucking jab? Learn how to build a couple of combinations. Fuck me.
It's unbelievable how someone who has hang on a second, bear with me for 1 second now.
82-inch reach.
Mark, how old is Anthony Smith?
33. But he's had
Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker, when he fought Thiago Santos at the weekend, had a 6-inch reach advantage.
Yeah.
If I didn't know that before the fight, I would have told you you were a liar if you had told me. There's no way. He didn't throw any jabs. Well,
Yeah.
he might have thrown the odd one.
Good as none.
6-inch reach advantage.
At least.
Yeah.
I find them frustrating to watch.
Yeah.
That was a horrible fight.
Yeah.
It was not a good fight at all.
But a lot of the top 15 are kind of, a lot of them are over 30, couple 29-year-olds, but a lot of them are kind of 32, 33.
There's a lot more young blood coming into the lighter weight divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. There definitely needs to be injecting of new blood.
Which is fine, because I think a lot of the better fights are happening in the lighter weight divisions anyway.
Yeah. Your welterweight, middleweight, or lightweight, they're all fucking hopping like.
There was a time, probably about 3 years ago, when a lot of the better fights are happening in the women's divisions.
Yeah.
But I think they're in danger of becoming stagnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like when they first came in, they were like, "Oh, come on, we show this, we can do."
And they did. At the start, they really did.
No bother.
Yeah.
And even still, there's still a few of the women that are like, you look forward to seeing fight. You know what I mean? But the champions, like we said, they've just taken over. Yeah. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, I don't think.
Yeah. No. Right, so we're coming up to the 46-minute mark. We'll probably leave it there, I'd say.
Yeah.
Anyone Mark, to add?
Before we go, give us your show for the weekend. Fury and Wilder.
I think. Listen, I could be completely wrong here, because what Wilder does have that power to just put people asleep.
Yeah.
The weird one is, I've been watching some of the videos of him training, and he actually looks like he's getting worse at boxing.
Jesus.
And no one was ever going to accuse him of being a fantastic boxer, and that might sound mental, being a heavyweight champion. But he's just not a particularly good boxer. He's wild, he's sloppy, his head movement is no good. He can't fight backing up. His hooks are badly timed. But when he lands that straight right hand, it is like a fucking detonator. My God. So he only has that chance. That's it.
Yeah.
I anticipate Fury walking him down like he did. If Fury goes in and tries to fight the way he did the first fight, I think he's asking for trouble. I think he should do what he did the last time. Get him on the back foot, bully him. He's bigger than him, he's stronger than him, he's more physical than him. I think he'll do him, and I think he'll stop him again. Probably not early. Fury's on about an early stoppage. I don't see him going early. Probably after that, the 6, 7, 8, it'll be someone in around there. Just watching. I don't know if you've watched any of it. Like, he's getting worse. I watched a clip of Fury hitting the bat, his coach had the bodyguard on, and doing body work, and he throws a big mad awkward overhook, and he comes up under, and he misses the body pad and nearly falls over.
Boy, he could never be accused of having great technique.
It looks like he's getting worse. Like, he's throwing things like.
Did you see there was a thing released there? I don't know who fucking threw it out though. It's a list of his opponents that he's fought.
Yeah.
Gangs haven't built up to this. He's this. He's killing these people.
Yeah.
His list is like, I don't know. There's what's he about 40 fights?
40 something, yeah, 42, 43, something like that.
20 of them were unranked.
Yeah.
Another of them are ranked around 300 mark.
Yeah.
Another 5 are ranked around 200. He's beaten nobody, like.
Yeah.
Loads of fillers.
Yeah. I think Fury beats him and stops him. If you're determined not to work on getting better, I mean, watching him, he's lifting weights, and you're like, it seems like he's not even lifting. Like, one, he doesn't know how to lift weights. His technique is horrendous. I don't know how he hasn't smashed himself up. But the whole it seems to be gotten into his mind about not being big enough.
Right.
But instead of getting like real, just from what it looked like to me, instead of getting real strength and condition coaches in to really add usable muscle. He's doing mad generic stuff like bench pressing and bicep curls, and that's not really what it's about. Like, you know, I fancy Tyson to stop him around 8 or 9.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yeah,
I know nothing about boxing, so I have nothing to add to this conversation.
Right.
Just
like if we were talking about women, you wouldn't have had that either.
Oh, low blow.
Flats.
Shots fired.
Let's call it at that, and we'll try and get another one in sooner rather than later this time, right?
Yep.
All right, lads.
Peace out.
Well, see you after.
Come on.